Vlogmas time. It's finally here. I'm so excited. This is Heart of Stitches. I'm going to try and do a Vlogmas. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film during the day or what we'll get up to as far as Christmassy stuff. But I have two spectacular advents that I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to open. So let's get started. My first advent that I purchased was the Little Women Advent by Camijo Knits. I've been following her Vlogmases for the past 2 years and had major FOMO that I didn't have an advent to open from her. I think her yarn is beautiful. The theming that she had was great. So I really am excited to have this advent. It's Little Women inspired, and I have been saying that it was the Winona Ryder version of the movie, but it's not. It's the Saoirse Ronan version of the movie. So she took different scenes from the Saoirse Ronan version of Little Women, which I watched last night. I have to say that is not one of my favorites because they go out of order. I think it ruins the story, that you don't feel what Joe is feeling or what Amy's feeling, because you already know different things that happen in the movie. They start with it. I actually looked at the timer as I was watching the movie going, did I start at the end? Like, why is this happening? And so I think the actors were all spot on. They were great, but I don't like the way they edited it to be all out of order. But that being said, each day has a theme. This one is Roberts Brothers Publishing. So that is the publishing house that Jo goes to sell her stories, the more fantastical swashbuckling stories that she writes when she's a younger girl. So here's day one. They're sorry to keep making that crinkle. Let's see it. Oh, it's blue and a gray blue. I can't wait to see how this knits up. For the Camijo Advent, I am making a sweater. The pattern is called Lifesavers. So I am going to do 6 rows of white and 4 rows of the color. I could probably get away with doing more, but I don't want to wear a duster or a maxi sweater, so I'm gonna do 4. I might do 6. I'm gonna start knitting this actually within minutes after I stop filming this, and we'll see. So this is what, this would be the collar, and that'll be the first stripe going around. Very excited about this sweater, very excited for this yarn. So I wonder if the color is supposed to be, sort of newsprinty colors. I don't know. Maybe in Camijo's Vlogmas she will tell us what was the exact inspiration. Little Women is one of my favorite books. I'm a big reader, especially classics. I've read, not all of them, obviously, but I've read a lot. And Little Women is definitely one of my favorites. Another favorite of mine is Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea. I've read that whole series. There's, they get into Rilla, who is Anne's daughter. So it's a whole series of books. So I did the Daily Advent by Skein and the Stitch, and it's called, I think it was called Road to Avonlea. One of the things they're doing for this one is they have a Discord server, so people have been, checking in on what gauge they're getting, what yarns they're using, because not everybody that's in the Discord server was part of the Advent. You also got the Imagination Quilt pattern as part of the purchase. So I downloaded that. That came out on Saturday. So I downloaded it. It looks beautiful. I mean, I don't have any idea what the colors will be, but the what she's shown on Instagram, I think that's Meema Makes is the one that does the Imagination Quilt. She used a different advent from a prior year, so it's not the colors that I'll be getting, but that pattern is delicious. It's a lot of little squares and a lot of sewing together, so I'm not as excited about doing that part of it, but sometimes you just want the product. It doesn't matter if making it is as fun as some other thing. Because I've made the Meema Makes Yorkshire quilt pattern, and that was fabulous. It was fun to make. It was a dream. And I made that one last year. Usually it's up here behind me. With my India Untangled Advent, but they didn't do one this year. And they didn't call it an Advent, they called it a countdown. So you got 31 gifts. So this one for Anne of Green Gables comes in this beautiful box with a picture of Anne and Diana. The back says Anne of Green Gables. So it's a lovely presentation how this one comes. So you let's open it. They're all in order, so I won't be confused as far as opening them up. Ooh, looks orange or pink. In Prince Edward Island, they talk about so often the red roads. I bet you that's sort of the inspiration for that. And for this one, I gauge swatched. I made 3 of the undyed squares. So I had to go up a needle size, so this one was my first one in the recommended hook size of 2.75, and mine's just a little tight and was a little bit too small. My 3mm hook, I'm exactly on gauge, which doesn't really matter other than you don't have to worry about running out of yarn, is really the only problem. So there's 20 of these in the entire pattern. I did look forward on the pattern, and it looks like I won't be completing a square at least until day 4. At least I could be wrong. So, but I looked at all where you use all the colors, and there's none that just use undyed and color 1. I think the first one that had color 1 in it also had color 4. So on day 4, I should finish a quilt block, which I will show every day. I have 2 other Advents that are not knitting related. I have the Bon Maman Jam Advent, which is, they make a beautiful jam, and their Advents are, last year you had to open it in a little box, sort of like the Anne of Green Gables one. This one each one is in a little box of its own. So before I open it, I will show you all the little boxes in a row. So it's very pretty the way they've done it. Oops, sorry, making noise. Because it's first thing in the morning, I don't have my lighting could be better, and I'm just using my camera microphone. Today we're getting wild blueberry and maple syrup spread. That might be interesting, we'll see. I've been trying to eat no sugar. These jams, I looked on the back of it, have I think 12 grams of sugar, which is sort of the limit on how much I'm allowing myself. So if I have my jam Advent, I have to sort of low sugar the rest of the day, and I think I'm going to compensate for that with doing like an all veg breakfast or whatever meal, just substitute a no carb. Meat isn't the problem for me. It's carbs is where I'm going to go astray. So I will do like a salad lunch. And then my daughter got me this. I don't even have any idea what it is. This is a weekly kind, or it's 12 days. So we'll only be doing this one every other day. Oh boy, oh. Our family loves this movie. I watch it probably 7 or 8 times during the Christmas season. The Muppet Christmas Carol. So I'm not sure where she got this. It's a 12-day countdown. So how exciting is this? I should have, it's taped shut. Ow. Ruining my fingernail. sister and my mother have very nice hands and nice fingernails. I have my dad's hands. Oh, I ripped it. Oh well, it's the only way this thing's getting open. Golly, it's taped shut hard. There. I broke into it. Okay. So you've got a door to open every day for 12 days. So I'm going to do every other day. Starting today though. That's it. Oh, cute. Kermit. He is Bob Cratchit in the Muppet Christmas Carol. If you've never watched it, even though, yeah, obviously it is made for kids, it is a fine movie with a lot of really quotable things. And it's funny that she got that because I do an advent for my children and my grandchildren. And for my children's advent, there's a couple Muppet themed items in it. So I'm going to cut these long ribbons off of this, but very cute. My grandchildren can now proceed to fight over who gets to play with Kermit. That'll be really fun. Maybe I'll put him in Nobody Gets to Play with him. I am going to stop. I have to start my day, and I'll check in later. I'm going to get a little bit of crochet and knitting done, and I will show you this evening if I can get my lighting to work. Thanks, bye. Hello, I'm back. This is Heart of Stitches. My name is Doris. I am checking in for the last time today, day 1 of Vlogmas. It's been very exciting to open all the advents. I filmed earlier this morning, first thing, where I opened the advents, and so I've gotten a little bit of progress done on each of my projects. So I'm going to show you what's happened. The Camijo Knits Advent, but for Little Women. When I opened it this morning, when it was still in the skein, I thought it was really just blue and white. But as I knitted it, there's taupes and beiges in there. So where I thought it might have been like newsprint inspired, I think it's maybe representative of the whole scene when she's in there. They're in an old style New York City kind of factory setting almost. So there's, through the windows you see brick buildings. All the people are dressed in period pieces, or so that they were in navies and black and white. You know, all the men wore white shirts. So I think it's more representative of the entire scene, not just, you know, the newsprint. But it's knitting up lovely. I have one purl row to go, and then I can start tomorrow's color. So I'm on track for the most part with this. It is getting very late. I think I'm going to try to do the purl row before I go to bed, but if I don't, I'm 1 row behind as we speak right now. On the other one is the Anne of Avonlea Advent from Skein and the Stitch. That one I have completed 3 squares. So color 1, this is just the undyed natural base. Color 1 was this sort of clay rose color is what I'm thinking it looks like. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, and I'm sorry that I'm not getting my lighting right. I think it's too bright. I'm gonna try and cover my face. It has, when you're crocheting with it, it's got lights and darks and creamier and pinker tones within it. It's very beautiful yarn. I would have had 2 more squares, but I made mistakes on them. Well, one of them was the square that I got too small of gauge that I used the 2.75 millimeter needle. So I unraveled that, crocheted over, but I didn't have enough for the last 2 stitches. And then I did another, have the similar problem. I forgot to do the last 2 stitches on this one. I'm in the process of unraveling it. And when I cut it off, and then I realized what I had left for my tail wasn't enough to do 2 more crochet stitches. So I'm going to unravel this, and it's going to become one of the half ones. Um, so I will have, I should have had 5, but I have 3. And then this one, I'm going to reuse the yarn. Um, I have a few more crochet squares to go. I think I need 4 of the half and halves and 4 of the all number 1 colorway. Um, I'll be able to catch that up. I don't think tomorrow's a heavy day as far as the colors that you can use on day 2. We had advents for the kids. I didn't take photos of them um, opening their advents. I have a little advent calendar with little pockets, but the presents I give them are too big, and there's 3 of them, and I don't want 3 of those advent calendar wall hangings. So I made them these little advent booty bags, basically, with their names on it. I just used an acrylic marker that said you could use it on fabric. It worked great. I'm not an artist, but I can make a snowman look like a snowman. Um, Nobody would, pay for my art, but the kids got a kick out of it, and you can definitely tell what it's supposed to be. Um, my children today got a candy advent I actually bought one for myself as well. Um, the Lindt chocolate. It's huge. When I ordered these, I ordered them online. Um, I expected, like the little ones, and this thing is huge. So I'm going to open today's, but I'm not going to eat it because it's too late. And I ate the jam, which was very good. You couldn't really tell it had maple in it if you didn't know. So I think this is just a regular old chocolate bear, but I'm not going to eat that today. That's going back in the box. And then my son-in-law and daughter and I are doing a wine advent, just a do-it-yourself wine advent. We had bought one 2 years ago where you got a little bottle of wine every day, and there were some reds and some whites, but a lot of them weren't very good. And they were expensive to get all these little bottles. So you didn't even get a glass, and it was more money. So we're each buying 8 bottles of wine. So I bought mine. I'm not sure they bought theirs. So I might be doing this advent for 8 days on my own. So I have, today it was called 3 Kings, and this one was the Bold King. So it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. So all the ones that I bought are probably deep reds. That's really what I like. I did buy one rosé. And I think I bought a Prosecco, but we had that. My son came over on Thanksgiving morning. He had to work that day. So he came over on Thanksgiving morning, and he didn't have any because he was working and driving. But we did have, because we were having more of a Thanksgiving brunch, and then we had our big Thanksgiving meal at dinner time. So I have that. I haven't tried it yet. Oh, it's good. Um, and I'm not a connoisseur of wines. I went to Publix, and in Florida, you can buy wine in the grocery store, which is a treat. In Connecticut, you can't. Um, so I just bought my wine there. Um, I tried to take a little bit of extra footage. I know other Vlogmases have all these wonderful scenes of everybody living this cozy little life, and I don't know, mine didn't come out that good. There was one I was winding the ball for the Camijo knits, and I actually got it pretty knotted, so it was taking me a long time to ball it up. And the kids were in their room, which is across from where I am, singing a Christmas carol. I don't know if it was like Deck the Halls or Jingle Bells. So I tried to get a video of me and my knot and them in the background singing, and I got 2 photos. One of me going trying to start it, and one of me going trying to stop it. And so nothing in the middle. I got 2 still photos of me making a silly face. I did take a quick photo of them opening their candy advent. They have the regular little, you open the door and you get a little square of chocolate. So I sort of chopped it out so that you didn't get too much of their faces or any of their faces really. So it's only a few seconds long. Um, and I took a picture of my bottle of wine. So other than that, I don't have any fun picturesque content to show. Maybe I'll get better. I have 24 days to get better at this. And like putting the voiceover onto footage or starting and stopping music. I've tried to do that, add music to something. I know how to do it at the beginning and how to make it stop. But trying to do it in the middle or the end, I haven't been able to get it to work using the free software that I'm using. So I'm a work in progress. Basically, a little bit of a hot mess express, or how do you say that? Yeah, hot mess express. Whatever. But this is Vlogmas day one for me. Keeping up with the knitting and crocheting, and that's basically my goal. I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not trying to, put my life on display because it's not that interesting actually. But the knitting's fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Christmas to everyone. Thank you. Eat it. Look at your back.